Shweta, working as an assistant professor in Agriculture Department at SNS College of Technology. In this video, we are going to see about the thermal properties of food. What are the thermal properties of food? How it affects the food particles. So let's get into the video. So I'm going to tell this thermal properties in a design thinking approach, like it has 5 stages, like empathize, define, ideate, prototype and test. First, introduction to thermal properties. As we all know, thermal properties is nothing but they are physical properties that govern heat transfer from one medium to another medium in food materials. For example, in pasteurization, like it transfers the heat from double heat exchangers to the cooling milk. So what are the importance? Like it is very important and critical for thermal processing and food preservation and various quality control factors like pH, acidity and texture, quality, etc. So what is a heat transfer? As we all know, heat transfer is nothing but it is a process by which the heat, it is a thermal energy, it moves from one medium to another medium, like from one object or substance to another object or substance with a different temperature, like higher temperature to lower temperature to higher temperature. It basically depends on the operation generally happens in this processing unit. What are the key thermal properties, like which influence the major food properties or specific heat capacity? It is denoted by Cp, and thermal conductivity, it is denoted as K, and thermal diffusivity, it is denoted as alpha. We are going to discuss these three factors in this PPT. So what is the empathy phase? In empathy, we have to understand what is the need of our users. Like in thermal processes, we are going to see how we are going to identify the users' needs in thermal food processing. They may face the major key challenges like uniform heat distribution, especially in double heat exchangers, single heat exchangers, generally done in pasteurization in milk unit, and also in quality preservation, like by heating, blanching, sterilizing, distillation, etc. And energy efficiency, of course, if there is a thermal heat is there, there is also loss are higher in energy efficiency also. And what are the customer requirements, like safe and nutritious food, consistent product quality? It's very important for brand reputation. And also by using these thermal properties, it define their shelf life extraction of various food products also. And in define phase, what are the thermal processing challenges we are having in processing of foods, like heat penetration rate? There is a difference in heat penetration rate depends upon their food materials based on the structure, texture, quality, quantity, density, etc. And also the temperature uniformity is very important to kill microbes. And also there is a product quality retention. What are the requirements as we need to establish, like in very big processing unit, we can clearly see they have their optimum temperature control units, and also they have constantly checking their processing time, and they are going to check their minimal quality degradation also. So in ideate phase, how we can get some idea to overcome these challenges, like to generate innovative processing ideas. As I suggest, we can did many projects in thermal processing lines. It has a very high hope in current trending in food industries in India as well as in foreign countries also. What are the innovative approaches here I given is novel heating methods. We can invent many novel heating methods which is very cost friendly and eco-friendly also, and we can optimize the equipment design based on their product efficiency and need for this product. And we can also improve packaging systems. And creative thinking, like we can implement creative thinking in areas like multidisciplinary collaboration and technology integrations, like we can implement various IoT sensors to monitor the heat transfer from one medium to another medium. And also for main basic need for any human is we have to implement a user centered innovation which can be easily accessible by various age group people in our society. And also prototype phase. Here I suggest some of the prototype also, which is used to test the thermal processing solutions. Like we can implement the small scale equipment trials before implement the very big equipment. We can implement the small equipments to test whether it is going to work out or not. And also in laboratory experiment, we can did many chemical test to check the shelf life of food or any other test like pH, acidity, water activity and oxygen reduction like for this also. And also material property validation is done. What are the process validation generally done in prototype phase? We can calculate the thermal behavior analysis of food materials and iterative refinement. It is very important for any food products in industry. And also quality performance testing. By implementing this prototype, what are the changes or occurs before and after implementing. So last one is test phase. How we are going to test these thermal processing equipments like we can monitor the temperature and by processing time verification and by uniformity, how uniform the heat is transferred from each substance to substance. We can calculate that also, and we can also calculate the performance assessment like product quality evaluation. We can check for a particular product, and the safety complaint check is very important because finally it is going to reach the consumer for their consumption, right? And also efficiency analysis of the equipment we generally develop. So here I attach a mind map that we have discussed in this thermal properties of food like specific heat capacity, thermal conductivity, thermal diffusivity, and what are the factors affecting this thermal properties of food and what are the application in thermal processing. And also in upcoming videos we can discuss the related concepts like heat transfer mechanisms, thermal processing technologies, and what are the quality food preservation methods in thermal processing also. So assessment question here attached some assessment questions for your activity. Let me find out the answer in comment section also. So what is a recap and summary of this overall video? Like it's thermal properties like conductivity, diffusivity. It is very essential for any food processing methods. And also design thinking helps us how we can easily apply this concept in food processing challenges generally we are faced in processing. And also in future directions how we can get into this processing line. Thank you.